All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go from Daytona. Gil Glock and Derek Schilling have the front row. Mike Burgess and Tim St. Jean on the second. Danny Passmore, John Shermont's on the third row. Thomas Byram, Andrew Forrester on the fourth. Gregory Marks, Warren Moore round out your top 10. And that top 10 are the only ones that qualified. From 11th on back, did not qualify. Kevin Bruner and James Bray, 11th and 12th. Ryan Seneker, 13th. Kenny Passmore, 14th. Darrell Whitford in 15th. John Saunders in 16th. James Lacey starts in 17th. And Kevin Hayes rounds out the 18-car field here at Daytona. Kevin, I look forward to seeing that paint scheme. Yeah, that's awesome. See, you're back out on track. If you weren't here earlier in the night, we did make some announcements. We'll have those posted on Facebook. Our first giveaway of 2024 is part of the MS Society fundraiser. So you guys definitely want to check that out. We'll have the post up right after the race tonight. Everybody is off pit road, stacking up, getting ready to go. These Gen 4 cars are one of the only cars that is a handful out on the super speedways. These drivers, as we saw in practice, really will have to work that wheel tonight. Plus, they have to be careful. Likely, we will not see much bump drafting tonight. They do have to do a drive-through at 10 incident points, so the drivers are definitely going to be taking it easy on the bump drafting to avoid the penalties. And with no fast repair available for the drivers, it's going to be, well, it's definitely going to be interesting, and I guarantee you they are going to wait till the last minute, but when the aggression kicks up, it's really going to kick up. Pace car is in. Barney stands in the flag stand. He is ready. Green is in the air at Daytona. It'll take them about a lap and a half to get these cars up to full speed here. Tim St. Jean, man, he got a little squirrely there through 1 and 2. Kevin Bruner, the first of the cars that did not qualify, still sits in 10th. Everybody lining up back behind. And it looked like Derek Schilling was right up on the wall through 3 and 4 trying to get a run. But Gil Glock leads lap 1. Top 4 still side by side. Now we've got Andrew Forrester to the high line. Forrester on the move. Gregory Marks hopping out of line. He's going to come up and join Forrester. The outside line starting to form as look like Kevin Bruner has moved up there. The back half of the field now starting to get side by side. They looked like they were going to play it safe. Remember, quite a few of the drivers did not qualify here tonight. Starting in the back, they wanted to be a little bit on the safer side, but they are sending it. Hey, good evening, Ryan. Whoa! Andrew Forrester had a bit of a moment coming out of turn 4. Remember, these cars have to be driven. Even here at Daytona, you have got to keep your hand on the wheel at all times. You got to stay focused. Holy cow, Gregory Marks just shot to the bottom. There is a lot of activity going on mid-pack here tonight. If that front 5 gets single file at any point, they may run away. Gil Glock still holding the lead with Derek Schilling alongside. John Shermont's in that 0-0 has been quietly running that bottom line, staying consistent, but everybody around him has been making moves, trying to make their way forward. It's gotten a little crazy around him. He's done a great job of holding on to it. Well, you know how it is, Ryan. Some cars, you go to Daytona and Talladega, and you just kind of cruise. They stay planted, they stay where they're supposed to, but these cars, they are not. They do not stay where they're supposed to. They are a handful even here. Danny Passmore and Andrew Forrester were leaning on each other through 3 and 4 as Derek Schilling goes to the lead for the first time tonight. Gil Glock and Schilling actually with a little bit of a push down the back straightaway. Mike Burgess now up into 3rd. Danny Passmore right behind in 4th. Tim St. Jean up on the high side. No help at the moment as Andrew Forrester dropped back down to the bottom, and now Tim losing some ground here. And a lot of bobbling through 1 and 2. These cars are not gripping at all. These boys have their hands full tonight. John Saunders in practice was the driver testing out the big runs, the crazy moves. Will he be the one to come from the back to the front when the time comes? Riding along with Saunders' car back in 16th. And just watch how much these cars are moving around here tonight. This is the newer, smoother version of Daytona. Still a little bit of a bump as they go into one. Still having to fight it off turn 2. And somebody's all the way down to the apron. No lifting, though. These guys are just going to send it. Whatever happens, happens here at Daytona. Oh, there we go. They're popping off at the front. Up the track. Big wreck right in front of them. Caution is out. John Saunders made it through. James Lacey, James Bray, Warren Moore, Derek Schilling, Andrew Forrester, all involved. First caution of the night, lap 10. Coming down the front straightaway. Oh, Bray comes across the nose. And cars begin to fly down the front straightaway. James Lacey involved in this. Several drivers will, without a fast repair, will be out after this. Ouch. You know, Brad, I have to wonder if you're not, if you're right about that. Although I do know that Home Motorsports does have a rule not to settle problems on track. But I imagine a few drivers, knowing that they don't have a fast repair, are going to be upset. James Bray had to tow to pit road. I expect we're going to see quite a few of these cars on pit road here in a moment. Looks like Warren Moore has some damage. Andrew Forrester has some. Derek Schilling definitely has some. James Lacey has some. A lot of banged up race cars here early. Gil Guac is the only driver choosing to stay out. They can only run 30 laps on a tank of fuel here. So he cannot go the distance from here on fuel. Looks like Mike Burgess comes out fuel only. Same with Tim. Greg Marks, Kevin Hayes come out. It looked like Kevin Hayes just barely skirted and avoided that incident. Ryan Seneker is out. John Shermont is out, although I do think he does have some damage on the rear end of that car. Yep, he definitely has the right rear of that car up a bit. Kenny Passmore is back out. John Saunders, who he rode with, completely survived that unscathed. Thomas Byram looks okay. Darrell Whitford looking okay. Andrew Forrester is not okay. Kevin Bruner's car looks all right. Derek Schilling, Warren Moore, James Lacey, James Bray still on pit road. Danny Passmore is out early. Derek Schilling also saying early night for him. The car is a little tore up there, Derek. But if I'm not mistaken, you were kind of in the air for a minute, so... Lights are out on the pace car. Everybody stacks back up, ready to go. Gil Guac, Mike Burgess out front once again. Still 14 cars on the lead lap. James Lacey has ducked back down pit road. Derek Schilling still sits on pit road. James Bray still sits on pit road. So a few of these guys, although not a points night, could come back out and pick up some positions. Tina Ryan's not in this one, but good evening. Hope you're having a great night. Ryan is watching, though. And Ryan, how dare you not invite your mother? Pace car is in. Here they come back toward the start-finish line. Why don't you say we crank it up at Daytona, folks? Turn up the volume. Green is in the air. Everybody back up to speed as they come around on the back straightaway. Does appear James Lacey is off pace, as is Andrew Forrester. Darrell Whitford, Warren Moore, John Shermott's hanging off the back of the lead pack at the moment. Does look like those three drivers still have the pace to hang. Meanwhile, Mike Burgess has gone back to the lead. Tim St. Jean currently sits in second. Kevin Hayes in third. Gil Guac leads the outside line, but it looks like Tim wants to get up there. Tim seems to have preferred the high line throughout the early part of this race. But it looks like Gil may have the run, may prevent Tim from coming up. Looks like about a 10-car lead draft at the moment with John Saunders at the back. Darrell Whitford, Warren Moore finally get single file together. They have lost the help from John Shermott, though. Gil Guac just set the fastest lap of the race so far. No, I'm sorry, Gregory Marks did with a 45.53. When you consider that the current generation cars are running 49 seconds around here, these cars are hauling. That's the numbers on the leader right now. 197, 199. But if we drop back and take a look at the numbers for John Saunders at the tail end of this lead draft, or Kevin Bruner even, cresting the 200-mile-an-hour mark, and they never get below 190 here. Had a car blinking up in the lead pack for a moment there. Looks like it is cleared up, but that is definitely not something you want to see happening in front of you at Daytona or Talladega. A blinking car causes two different problems, the first of which you can't see where that car is, and if their connection is really bad, you don't know where they're going to reappear at. The other issue is if the car is not there, the sim does not read it, and you don't get the draft as the top two just shot to the top line. Kevin Hayes now leads that bottom line for the moment. Now looks like that high line has the momentum. Kevin Hayes just can't get that bottom line moving forward. Burgess is using both lines as needed. They have now picked Gil Guac up, and the leaders are about to come into lap traffic, and this is significantly slower lap traffic. Whoa! We've got a car around. We've got 3 or 4 cars around. Caution! Kevin Hayes, Ryan Seneca, Gregory Marks, all caught up. Lap 22. Leaders trying to avoid the lap traffic. The lap traffic moves up. Everybody gets evasive, but several drivers just have nowhere to go. Ouch! Some hard hits into the wall, and that may take out a few more drivers. Gil Guac tried to check up, but Kevin Hayes, right on his bumper, just nowhere to go. Likely about to see several more cars on pit road. Gil Guant, Kevin Hayes, both towed to pit road. Andrew Forrester took a lot more damage. Gregory Marks took some significant damage in that one. Looks like Shermott's took a little bit more damage. Warren Moore appears to be okay. Daryl Whitford took a little bit. Seneker took quite a bit, as did Kenny Passmore. Thomas Byram has a lot of damage. Somehow, Kevin Bruner was right behind all of that and managed to skirt through every bit of the chaos unscathed. From inside Bruner's cockpit, chaos ahead. Bruner just, wow. Talk about navigating through the chaos. He pulls it off, comes out of that 100% unscathed, no damage. Great driving by Bruner.
Doug, there was nothing great about that. That was seat of the pants, long for the ride.
You know, it definitely looked like it was seat of the pants. I don't know how you did it, to be honest. That I couldn't ever get that lucky.
Yeah, I don't usually either. I'm telling people, go watch that stream, because I never drive through those.
Well, you drove through it perfectly, and I don't know if you realize just how close you were on multiple occasions.
Oh, I know it was close from in-car. That's all I can tell you. It was focused on the hood ornament and just drive through.
Well, man, it worked perfectly. Now you got the lead. How are you on fuel?
I'm good to go.
Well, it's definitely going to make things interesting. The car count is progressively going down, but I'm sure the aggression about to go up.
I'm trying to figure out how many of these guys behind me got damage.
I could tell you, but that seems a little unfair.
Oh yeah. No, we'll find out as soon as we put our foots down and see who keeps up.
Well, man, great run, great save. Good luck, buddy.
Thanks, Doug.
Wow. Kevin Bruner definitely had a wild ride there. Warren Moore looks to be okay. I think Tim St. Jean is okay, and Mike Burgess. See if we can get a different angle on Mike Burgess on the outside. Looks like Mike is okay, and John Saunders appears to be okay. John Shermont still has some damage, but not very significant. I think he may be okay as well. So about 5 cars we know for sure can maintain pace, but man, everybody else back behind. Andrew Forrester, Daryl Whitford, James Lacey. Things are about to get interesting. Pace car about to lead him through 3 and 4. Right at the halfway point, pace car is in. Green flag is back in the air. They are back underway. And quickly, drivers dropping down to that bottom line. Mike Burgess shoots to the bottom. Warren Moore stays up on the high side. Several cars right there still nose to tail. Once they get up to speed here in about another lap, we'll definitely be able to tell who's still got it and who ain't. Looks like possibly a 9-car lead pack at the moment. James Lacey does appear to be holding the draft now. Darrell Whitford seems to be okay as well. Big push from Mike Burgess puts Tim St. Jean up front. Ryan Seneker all alone on the high side may have found a gap behind Bruner. Bruner now jumps to the high side but slides back in line. Warren Moore could have shut the door but let Seneker back in. Derek Schilling up on the high side is not on the lead lap, about 3 laps down at the moment, but he is maintaining pace. He is hoping to get another opportunity to get waved back around. That car powered by Taco Bell seems to have all the speed tonight. Mike Burgess, Kevin Bruner, Ryan Seneker, Warren Moore, currently the top 5. Derek Schilling also back in the race, as we mentioned. Thomas Byram appears to be now out of the race, along with James Bray, Danny Passmore, Kevin Hayes, and Gil Guac. Andrew Forrester is still on the lead lap, as is John Shermott. They're currently 9th and 10th, but they are struggling to maintain the speed right now. As we mentioned, we're not going to see a whole lot of bump drafting tonight simply because the 10 incident point limit could send a driver through pit road. Gregory Marks is now rolling back out on track. And some of these drivers who have been involved in incidents already may be pushing that 10 incident point limit. They're going to have to watch and be very careful out there. Derek Schilling, who sits in 13th and is maintaining that lead draft, We mentioned he's several laps down, but he is actually in position to pick up more. Gregory Marks just headed back down pit road. Andrew Forrester and John Shermont are now 10th and 11th. Kenny Passmore has made his way up to 9th. James Lacey in 8th is still holding on to that lead draft. Looks like it will come down to 8 drivers battling at the end. The lead lap cars in that lead pack all down to the inside line. You heard Kevin Bruner mention they are good to go on fuel. Not a lot of battling going on here, but here in about 6-7 laps, things will start to heat back up. Anybody watching at home want to make a prediction on who's coming out on top in this one? Looked like James Lacey was going to lose the draft there for a moment. He has started picking back up. John Saunders also starting to move up on the high side. And during practice, we saw Saunders trying a bunch of different lines, a bunch of different moves. If it comes down to a dogfight, he might be the one to pull it off. Warren Moore has been sitting in the lead pack all night. Has managed to come out of this so far unscathed. Could he have been just quietly riding around waiting for the moment to pounce? The leaders are back into lap traffic. The lap cars drop to the bottom this time. Forrester almost comes up into the leaders there for a moment. He is having a hard time holding on to that car. Manages to keep it down though. Everybody's going to get by clean. Derek Schilling, who came back out after several laps on pit road, extensive repairs, has now moved up into 12th. Still a few laps down from Shermont and Forrester, but the way this thing is going, you just don't know. Tim St. Jean, Mike Burgess, and Kevin Bruner, the top three. Ryan Seneca in fourth. John Saunders in fifth. John Saunders on the high side on Warren Moore. Derek Schilling moves out up to the high line. Is he going to give Saunders a hand? Remember, Schilling not on the lead lap, but he wants to have a little bit of fun here. It gets close. Now Seneca going to move. Whoa, it got really sketchy. Seneca tried to move up in front of Schilling, couldn't get there. Kevin Brewer is on pit road. Warren Moore is in. They were not good on fuel. Where does that leave the rest of the field with 11 laps to go? This will be a splash and go stop for all the drivers. Bruner already headed out. Warren Moore headed out. They both stopped on lap 11. The rest of these drivers stopped lap 23 or 24. No move to pit road by the leaders. Did Bruner and Moore's chances at the win just go out the window? It is still Tim and Mike on the front row. Ryan Seneca in third, John Saunders in fourth, Darrell Whitford in fifth. James Lacey is back in the fight in sixth. Lacey, though, on the verge of losing the draft. He has got to pull back up, and he's got to do it very, very quickly. And here come the leaders. They are going to come past Bruner and Warren Moore. Nine laps to go. It is, wow. This race has been flipped upside down yet again. James Lacey has managed to pull back up into the lead draft. John Saunders has now made his way up into fourth and has 3 lap cars behind him. Derek Schilling, Kevin Bruner, Warren Moore, all right behind. Still 7 cars on the lead lap, but at the moment it's a 4-car battle at the front. Kevin Bruner has had a problem. See if we can see again. Looked like Kevin Bruner briefly lost connection, got it off the track. Derek Schilling also had a problem a moment ago. Oh, Schilling looked like he needed to get some fuel, overcooked it to pit road. James Lacey has now lost that lead draft. Tim St. Jean, Mike Burgess, Ryan Seneker, John Saunders, and Darrell Whitford will now battle it out. 5 cars, 5 laps. There's one lap car mixed up in the pack. It is Kenny Passmore. Does look like Schilling is coming back out on track. Tim St. Jean on the bottom, but on the attack, on the high side, Ryan Seneker, John Saunders. Tim tries to make a move to the high line. Burgess goes to the bottom, takes the lead. Saunders lost quite a bit of ground back behind. Lap traffic will come into play. We've seen lap traffic have a big effect on the outcome of this one already tonight. They are dropping down to the bottom. 3 laps to go. The leaders squeak by. Mike Burgess moves to the... Holy cow! Tim St. Jean is in the wall. Tim holds on to it. Can he pull back up into the draft? He has lost a little bit of ground. He's got some help. Mike Burgess still has the lead. Seneker in second. Saunders in third. Whitford in fourth. And it does look like Tim got some right side damage when he hit the wall. Two to go. John Saunders moves up to the high line. Yeet indeed. Down the back straightaway, Saunders, who practiced moves throughout practice here tonight, has multiple strategies in his back pocket here. Seneker, though, and Mike Burgess has shown he is not afraid to block. White flag is in the air one more time around Daytona. Out of turn 2, all 4 drivers still single file. Saunders looked low, looks high. Whitford right behind is going to go to the high line with Saunders into 3. Burgess protecting that bottom line for the moment. Will anybody have a run? Out of turn 4, Saunders slingshots to the high side. It's a drag race to the line. And Mike Burgess wins at Daytona. Ryan Seneker comes home in second. John Saunders, wow, what a finish in third. Let's see if we can talk to our top 3, starting with John Saunders. John, this is Doug. You got me?
Hey, Doug.
Hey, I have to say, I watched him practice. I expected some wilder moves there at the end to get to victory lane, but still a great run to come home in third.
Yeah, it was fun. It was just hard to make a run, and they stayed together, so it was a good run.
It definitely was. You managed to keep the car out of trouble despite some very close calls early on in this one.
Yep, it was. It's always a battle. You just got to survive. So that was good.
Well, great job tonight, man. Congratulations.
Thanks, Doug. Thanks for broadcasting us.
My pleasure, buddy. John Saunders comes home in third. Ryan Seneker finishes second. Ryan, it didn't look like you ever made a move to try and come around Mike at all.
No, Doug. I actually was communicating with Mike as we were coming around to take the white flag that if he just held his line, I would be more than happy to push him across. I was afraid that if I went to make a move on him, it just opened us both up to get overtaken by Saunders.
Well, looks like likely the smart move there, and it pays off with both of you getting a podium. And man, he did an amazing job pushing him. At times, you were able to push him clear of traffic behind.
Well, that was a lot of what we were practicing before the race went green, is just how to effectively push with these cars with their crooked front end, how to line up without knocking the guy ahead of you loose, and it's tricky.
It really is in these cars, man. A great job, and a great job pushing Mike to the win, buddy.
Thanks, Doug, and thanks for everything you're doing broadcasting us.
My pleasure. And finally, our winner, Mike Burgess, man. Did get the white flag? Did you know you were going to make it to victory lane?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I was running good. I was being conservative on the fuel run there. I was running with Tim there. We were communicating back and forth with our fuel strategy and stuff. So we figured we had it in hand until that little incident there with a couple laps to go.
It definitely looked like things got a bit dicey there. Tim ended up in the wall, but still managed to come home fifth. But man, that got close.
Sure was. It was a very intense racing there, running side by side for so many laps, but it was definitely enjoyable.
Now, the cars look like a handful out there tonight, but man, great job and great win.
Thanks, and thanks for everything you're doing.
My pleasure,
great
buddy.
work.
Mike Burgess coming home with the win. Wow, what a night. Don't forget to come back tomorrow night, folks. XCal is back, and we are at Five Flags. We'll have some streams up tomorrow. And, we've got a bunch of YouTube shorts that are scheduled to go tomorrow, as well as Facebook Reels. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to check Facebook later tonight for more on that big drawing coming Monday. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a great night, everybody.